Kelly Jackson. Welcome to Japanuary 22. Normally when we do our Japanuary events, we're in person or it's live online, but we just have been running into some technical difficulties, so we decided we wanted to give you a clear, crisp video on all things JinJapan. So with that being said, what is JinJapan? JinJapan is a missions-minded organization, and what we do is we step out and engage people in a variety of human experiences, but we take it a step further by showing them Yeshua, introducing them to Yeshua, giving them an authentic experience with Him themselves. That way, it gives them a more authentic step into this faith and belief. And then from there, they have an easier step into discipleship, wanting to know more about Yeshua, wanting to know more about what that means for them, this newfound salvation and such. And then we also believe that also extends their endurance to be able to walk through the various trials and attacks that come when you become a Christian. And so with that being said, we have an awesome video that we want to show you guys. Please enjoy Faith Vibes music video.
Walk the water on them cows. Yeah. Dreadheaded Qui-Gon Jinn. My stomach.
Every step we take, yeah, we stepping on faith. Running on these waves and we keeping the pace. Come with me, yeah, we still gon' ride. Bumping through your city, yeah, we on faith vibes.
Yeah, but I walk through the valley of death. Ain't fearing no demon, I come to collect. This is my season, reaping the harvest. A gathering lost souls with the text. I'm making it ready for what's coming next. Ain't living the best, but I'm living blessed. So tell me, what can be better than that? Call up the Holy One, that's my dad. All of my enemies take a step back. The Lion of Judah ready to attack. I step on the water that running. He told me my feet never falter, cause my God, He holds me. God on my step, light in my path. Taking down giants like homie from Gath. The sinner of David, so let's do the math. I'm crying on all, but as me, Father, all cause He grafted us in. Link up the blood of Yeshua the Son. It's okay if you don't understand. I got the blood of Messiah running it up through my veins. And when I was saved, that's when it all changed. Baptism was by to the old man. Holy Spirit in me, He got the brain. Now death ain't no sting, it's just in the game.
Every step we take, yeah, we stepping on faith. Running on these waves and we keeping the pace. Come with me, yeah, we still gon' ride. Bumping through your city, yeah, we on faith vibes. Every step we take, yeah, we stepping on faith. Running on these waves and we keeping the pace. Come with me, yeah, we still gon' ride. Bumping through your city, yeah, we on faith vibes.
They say I'm blessing, but I'm praising God. Look how He blessed me with all of this stuff. At first He said nah, but He was like, yeah, you get it cause you my son. This for the ones hanging in there. I got out the tree, walked up the mountain, said get in the sea. Now I'm walking on the wave because boldness in me. Faith deep rooted like I'm a tree, planted by the living water streams. Holy Spirit growing fruit on me, so you can come hang till you're on your feet. One day be pleasing like a son of God. It's all with that faith that you let it do what it do. Before you know it, you walk on the water to throwing mountains into the sea. Catch your cares bearing fruit of peace. Lapping the devil with your right hand. Healing the sick like the Son of Man. I'm talking Yeshua, so let me get back. We on that faith vibe, ain't riding you whack. Or rather you under attack. Devil got you locked up in a shack. You need to get free, hit your hand at a holy three. Hop in a ride, this is a vibe. Windows got that faith tint on them. Not walking by side, left all that behind. You can put all your trust in them.
Every step we take, yeah, we stepping on faith. Running on these waves and we keeping the pace. Come with me, yeah, we still gon' ride. Bumping through your city, yeah, we on faith vibes. Every step we take, yeah, we stepping on faith. Running on these waves and we keeping the pace. Come with me, yeah, we still gon' ride. Bumping through your city, yeah, we on faith vibes.
Well, what happened in 12 got out the boat. And no, I'm not talking police. I'm talking about the homies running with Yeshua. Nah, I call them ODs, but they ain't OD on me. Yeah, boy, I'm talking communion. That's the body and wine. That's the bread and the blood. That's His body and blood that saves us. I can imagine taking communion, not believing it brings hope to union. What would you do if you didn't have little faith? What would you do if your faith is great? Haven't you heard? Everything we do stems from faith. And if you haven't heard, you're under a rock. All that oppression make your growth stop. While you underneath, you should be on top. Stand on a solid rock. Look, the same faith it takes to know Yeshua is the Son of Yahweh. And the same faith it takes to step out the boat and ride on the way. Don't wave at me as I pass by. Come on, get on the ride. Boy, we on faith vibes.
Every step we take, yeah, we stepping on faith. Running on these waves and we keeping the pace. Come with me, yeah, we still gon'
and I'm the founder and president of JinJapan. JinJapan is a Matthew 28, verse 19 centered missions ministry. Thus, our mission is to spread the gospel of Yeshua HaMashiach from Japan into all of the earth. We do this by designing creative ways to bring about an experience of the gospel. We believe people are done merely hearing the gospel, but they yearn to experience the gospel of Yeshua, the Messiah. Through prayer, we tap into God's infinite creativity to bring about ways the gospel can impact a wide range of activities in the human experience. Through this, people are able to feel the impact of a loving God and respond directly to him. And this brings about a personal experience in which they can accept and believe in the gospel on their own, which we believe creates a more genuine step into faith in Yeshua. Not to mention it yields a more willing step in the process of sanctification. There's so much in the details of what JinJapan looks like, and we would love to tell you all about it and answer any questions that you may have. Get in touch with us today. I pray a blessing over you in the name of Yeshua. Walk in the calling that he has laid before your life. God bless you all.
Guys enjoyed that video. We are working on a lot of quality and trying to level up, little by little. And honestly, a lot of what helps us progress forward, just to keep it super candid and real. So this video, if you go on our YouTube or you check out some older videos that we've done in 2020 or 2021, you'll notice a slight difference, because the other videos were done on my cell phone, because that's what we had and we worked with what we had. Through our partners giving, and even giving through just some friends and family and other people that have known about what we're doing, we were able to upgrade our setup and our camera, and even in this studio area I'm in, our lighting gear. God was able to bless us to be able to get light stands for $50, which normally would have cost $200 to $300 to get these stands. And he's really been able to help us to steward the finance as well. And I'm talking about this because there's a lot that goes into JinJapan, or any type of ministry or any endeavor to serve people or to do things, whether it's a business where you're trying to open up a shop or something and you want to make money, or it's a missions organization like JinJapan and you want to reach people and you want to be able to give them things for free or provide quality but at a low rate cost or no cost. The thing of it is unfortunately things aren't free. We do have money that we use within this world and all this other thing, and so the giving that has been done has been able to sustain us in being able to buy a newer camera. And so we were able to buy a newer camera and get a new laptop and different things like that to be able to edit videos and whatnot. And so each time we get finances, we allow the Lord to tell us what to do with those finances. And sometimes it's, it goes to taking care of our family. A lot of times it goes to taking care of other people. And sometimes it goes to building our ministry and just getting certain things that help us create more quality content. But overall, we really enjoyed that video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that the words that were in there were encouraging to you. The actual song is on our website. You can check that website out. We got all the songs. You can download them. I've even used it. You can use it on your phone. You can use it on your laptop, your computer, whatever it may be. I noticed as well on my phone that I can play it and go to other apps. I do have a Pixel phone. I don't know how to work on the iPhone systems yet, or other Androids, but that's an encouragement to you. If you enjoyed the song, you enjoyed the message of the song, definitely take that and play that. But as I mentioned, we do look at finances. We have to be real and understand, like, hey, as a missions organization, we do have to get to a place where we're like, all right, we want people to be a part of what God's doing, and not everybody can just get on the plane or get on the boat or walk on the water with us, so to speak. But it's like, you can be a part by giving, by supporting what we're doing. And I always like to expound upon what your giving does. That's why I kind of explain, like, our lighting and, the different things that we have, our camera set up, all these things, because I want you guys to know what your giving does. Your giving supplies us the ability to create these human experiences for people and also help them engage and get that authentic relationship with Christ. We have a specific way that we encourage people to give, and on our website is spirit-led giving, because we really want to cultivate a people that pray about every decision that they have to make. And surrounding finances is a huge one, so it's always something that you want to have God involved in helping you make that decision. I did want to read a very familiar verse if you've gone to church, for a good portion of your life, and it's talking about the cheerful giver. It's 2 Corinthians, and we're looking at chapter 9, verse 7. And it says, "So let each one of us give as he purposes in his heart, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver." Take a moment, pray. Ask the Lord, am I supposed to be a part of this? Am I supposed to be giving to this organization? He says yes. How much? However much he says, however often he says, do what he said. We're going to jump into our next video, which is a how-to ramen video. So what I'm going to show you guys is a way that you can go to Walmart, get some ramen and some other ingredients, and make pretty much authentic tasting Japanese ramen. Now, it won't be 100% Japanese ramen because you're not making the noodles yourself. You don't have a lot of the different things that make the broth and different toppings, but we are going to implement a lot of the different things that will get you an authentic tasting ramen for less. Really hope you guys enjoy it.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is How to Ramen, the easy level. I'm going to start with getting the right ramen. This is trash. Do not get top ramen. You can get Maruchan. This is beef flavor, but you can use chicken flavor for the sake of this video. But any flavor, it doesn't matter. It's all good. This one is Nissan Rao. I always say that wrong, but it's a good one too. You can also find this at Walmart. It's really tasty. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's more authentic to the taste. So what you're going to do, we're going to throw in some green onions, nori. We're going to get some bamboo shoots, chicken thighs, soy sauce, midden, and black pepper. So we fill up our water. You want to make sure you get a lot, but not like overflowing, because some of it's going to evaporate naturally. Put the fire on high, and then we're going to debone the chicken. Okay, so just one thing while you're deboning the chicken, just make sure it's okay to leave some meat on the bone, like not a lot, but like a little bit. And then make sure even in your parts that you're planning to eat, that you look for little shards. Make sure there's no like shards or anything in there of bone, because that can happen sometimes. Then we're going to take the bones and we're going to put them, yeah, it's okay. It's okay to be imperfect, God's got us covered. Throw it in the water. Make sure this doesn't happen to you. And even if your kitchen is dirty like mine, it's okay. So we're going to go ahead and cut down our chicken thighs, just the meat, the filleted part. We're going to cut that down. You don't want to go smaller than a quarter, but you don't want to go like as big as the whole chicken thigh. Back to the boiling water and bone broth that we're making. Want to get all the soot out. It's really like bubbles and fat and all that stuff. We don't want any of that because that's going to make the broth nasty. After that, we're going to go back. We're going to go ahead and cut the white. We're going to cut the white part off of the green onion. Your white part. Anyway, you're going to cut the white part off of the green onion. And we're going to put that actually in our pot because that's going to give it a nice little oniony flavor without having to chop in the huge white onion, the yellow onion. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get these bamboo shoots sauced up. I'm not the hugest fan of bamboo shoots, but you use your shoyu, which is soy sauce. Shoyu. That's how you say it in Japanese. You want to put maybe a tablespoon. It's about a tablespoon. Midden is next. It's like a sweeter sauce, so it's like sweet and salty, but you just have to get it. You can also find this at Walmart. Pour the same amount, mix it together, set it aside. When it starts to boil and your broth is going crazy, there's no more soot, you go ahead and turn the fire down. And next what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to get the fire going to cook our chicken. So what we're going to do is a yakitori style chicken, but we're doing pan fried. Yakitori is a type of bar snack that they have in Japan. It's really good. You use the same. You use the soy sauce and you use the midden. You use the same amount. It's very important. It's good also if you have the time to soak the chicken in the midden soy sauce mixture, just like you do in the bamboo shoot, which is also called mimma. This is actually where we're using the black pepper. Give it a little bit extra kick. So we're gonna let those kind of cook and let the sauce kind of caramelize and crispify on the chicken. What we want to do now that we've turned our fire down, we're going to take these bones out because you don't want them to sit in there when it's time for the noodles to get cooked. And you want to make sure you get all the bones you can out because you don't want to have bones in your actual soup. While you are frying up the chicken, it's very important to know that you want it to darker side. You want it to get it looks like it's burning, but it's not burning. It's just kind of caramelizing because the midden is more like a sweet. It's like a sweeter sauce. And you got the soy sauce, all that's coming together. Fire's on high. They normally do this over like a campfire, not a campfire, but like a log fire like that, or a coal or something like that, not on a pan fry. What I'm doing here is getting some of that flavor from that, and we're gonna start with getting the seasoning in our bowl. So when you're making an individual bowl, it's really good to go ahead and get your seasoning packet, all the seasoning that you want, and you want to put them in the bowl before you add in the hot water. So like I'm just using the seasoning packet, and then I put in the sauce from the yakitori, and that's it. You can add an onion powder and cayenne pepper, all different types of stuff if you want. But when you finish, you pour it into the bottom of the bowl, but not a lot. You pour the hot water into the bowl, but enough. While that's sitting, you go ahead and get your noodles going, and you with packet noodles, you want to go ahead and always give them some help. Well, throw that away, and then give them some help mixing them around. It'll help them cook a lot faster. Now, when you're putting the noodles in the bowl, most people just pour it in there. You don't. You put the water in first, like I'm doing, and then what you're gonna do is gonna grab a good chunk of the noodles, lift them up, and then let the bottom fall in first, and then fold it over. What this does is create like a plate for you to dress the noodles. Put the yakitori chicken on there straight from the pan. See how they look kind of caramelized. Then the menma or the bamboo shoots. And then you want to go ahead. I'm chopping now the green onion like I said before. And I got my nori over there ready to get in the ramen pool. And you just slap it on there like that. Make it look pretty. You can also do square or triangles, like flip them up. And that's it, guys. How's your ramen easy level. Then you go out, you slurp up your noodles, you enjoy them, and end up with an empty bowl because it's so good. Hope you had a good time learning. You can also, guys, you can catch more full video, like walking you through step by step. This was more like a clip, a quick thing, but you can catch more on our website. We have actual classes that we are willing to get on Zoom with you and walk you through step by step, show you, even if you want to take a step further, we can show you how to make your own ramen noodles, like actual noodles from flour, from scratch, the whole nine. Again, we got classes and we're ready to teach people that want to learn and also want to know more about God. And I'm the founder and president of JinJapan. Pull up a chair right here. Hey everyone. Actually, this is JinJapan. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Learned how to do some ramen, quick ramen. Go in Walmart, grab a few ingredients, get it done. We definitely have opportunities where you can make more authentic ramen on our website through one of our classes. You can definitely take one of those, check out the website. Again, never a shameless plug, just gotta let you guys know where you can access all of this content throughout this video that we're showing you. With that being said, guys, we only got a couple more things and then our event is done.
Wanted to give you guys an encouraging word. You know, I didn't want to just kind of leave this as like, hey, here's JinJapan, hey, here's what we're doing, hey, here's all this stuff. I wanted to give you guys something that you could actually take away to kind of walk away encouraged in your own life. So we're going to be reading in Matthew chapter 15, and we're going to start in verse 32. Now Jesus called his disciples to himself and said, I have compassion on the multitude because they have been with me for 3 days, and they have nothing to eat. And I do not want to send them away hungry, lest they faint on the way. Then the disciples said, where will we find enough bread in the wilderness to feed such a great multitude? And Jesus said to them, how many loaves do you have? And they said, we have 7 loaves and a few little fish. So he commanded the multitude to sit down on the ground. And he took the 7 loaves and the fish and gave thanks, broke them and gave them to his disciples. And the disciples gave to the multitude. So they all ate and were filled, and they took up 7 large baskets full of fragments that were left. I don't know if you've read this story before. If you haven't, then I'm glad to have read it for you. I hope you continue to read on. There's so much more. If you have read it, then you know the story well. You know the different ones and different comparisons. But I'm always amazed at how God can take such little and do so much with it. And the encouraging word for this Japanuary event is really for you guys to look at your situation, look at what you have, look at your resources, the way that God looks at them. The disciples are there, and Jesus got this overwhelming compassion for these people, and they're just kind of like, that's great and all, man, but there ain't enough bread in the wilderness to feed these people. And Jesus very simply says, well, how much do we have? The disciples knew, we only got a little bit. We got 7 loaves of bread. There's 12 of them, so they barely have enough to feed, just feed them. We got 7 loaves and a few little fish. And Jesus takes it, blesses it, starts breaking it, and gives it to the disciples. They feed everyone to the point where they still have 7 baskets left over. This is an amazing story because God takes such a little amount of something, and through his power and compassion and love for his people, knowing that they're hungry, knowing what they have need of, knowing that they've been faithful for 3 days following him, when they could have just said, you know what, I'm out of food, I'm out of here. He saw that, and he said, you know what, I'm going to do something. I'm going to make sure that they are taken care of. And God has been constantly showing me this throughout our time here in California and just stepping out in our pursuit to Japan, that he's always has that same compassion and desire to take care of us. He's caused me to look at some of the things that we have the way that he looks at them. So I wanted to give an example of the encouragement we were talking about, just how Jesus took this small amount of stuff and did like all these amazing things with it. And first thing, we're in my kitchen, and you may have noticed already, but I definitely noticed when we had this kitchen, I was like, it's really small. Like, it's like, man, I wish I had more space, more things, like a regular kitchen, have like another cutting table over here, something like, man, and I kept looking at it that way, and God was really challenging me, like, dude, like, what size are Japanese ramen shops in Japan? And that was kind of like a revelation moment, because I didn't even think about this being the size of like a very small ramen shop in Japan. And that's kind of one of the things I've really been working on myself, as far as like, what would I do if I were in Japan, you know, do it here while we're in Cali, is I've been working on learning how to create ramen dishes, learning how to do broth, learning how to do the dressing and the toppings, learning how to make the noodles like firm or make them soft, and make large quantities, make small quantities. Like, I've really been training and practicing in that, and it's all happened for the most part right here. Like in this little section, this right here, the section that has come a lot of different creations that I, my personal self, have created, or I've mimicked and watched other chefs make, and I just said, hey, I'm gonna try that. In the stove, and then we got our little dish area. Like, this was just an example that I wanted to kind of share with you guys about not looking at your situation, or not looking at what you have, or not looking at your talents or your ability in your own eyes, you know, your own mind, or what someone else is saying, but allowing God to show you what he can do with it, stepping forward in obedience like the disciples did, and watching a miracle happen. So I really hope you guys are encouraged. I hope you guys are able to step into a place of looking at your things and understanding that God can do way more with it than you can ever imagine. So let him have it, be obedient, and do what he does. I mentioned earlier when we were talking about giving and what your giving does when you give to JinJapan, and I was talking about like our setup and our lighting and cameras and all these different things that we have, and honestly I couldn't get to even the place that we are now without trusting God with the finances that we have, without trusting God with your giving, without trusting God with his instruction on what to do each day. And I encourage you guys to do that. Don't just merely look at your situation and say, well, I'm broke, or well, I can't do this, I don't have the time, or well, you know, it is what it is, I'm just this. Take a moment, really look at this thing the way that God would look at this thing, and then operate in obedience to what he says. Now I can tell you right now, even during this Japanuary event, all pre-recorded, wasn't initially what I wanted to do. But praying with God, speaking to him, he said, just give me a little bit. I'll do the rest. And that's the beauty of the God that we serve. We just simply need to step forward, put forth the effort. He's already given us the victory. He's already given us what we need. He's already provided for us. We just have to step forward and walk into it. So I really hope that encourages you guys. I really hope that you're able to be blessed by that. Again, as you want to read back in that passage, it was Matthew 15, starting at verse 32. And then we actually read all the way, we stopped at 37. I encourage you, if you're going to go back and read this, definitely read that whole passage, read the other things around it. There's a lot in there that God really has for you to just be encouraged. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining our Japanuary event. So what we have for you guys at the end of this event for this year is actually just kind of a sneak peek into some music projects that we've been working on and developing just for your encouragement, enrichment, and entertainment. So please enjoy this little sneak peek.